Whoa! Ah! Don't do that. I'm in a hurry. What's going on, everyone? Farmer Z here. Welcome back to the Homestead at Mercury Farms. We are in a race against time, literally. I have slowed time down to 1x speed. The reason for this is I think this load of tomatoes we're about to go sell is going to be enough to get us that field we want to buy, field number 25. And we are on day 9 of spring, which is the last day of planting season for oats and wheat. So I have to get this sold. We've got to get the land bought. And I'm going to see if I can plow and seed before the day is up. We're going to be working into the night here. We did it. We are at $56,061. The field that we want costs 55 something. We've got just enough. I took a few contracts. I let a day or two pass kind of off camera to try and earn some money. So took a few transporting contracts off camera and sold a couple days worth here of tomatoes, and then of course our fruit sales from our fruit trees, and that put us over the hump faster than I expected. Again though, now we've got to hurry up and get plowed and planted. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it happen. We're going to have to see here. While I was waiting on the last pallet of tomatoes to be ready to load and go sell, I went ahead and leased a plow, and I have the plow and the tractor at the field ready to go because time is of the essence here. So let me just park the truck here. Let's get this field bought. $55,324 buy. Done. Guys, we have our first field. Let's get after it. It's not a very big field. Anybody who's watched this series knows we have very humble and small beginnings here, but it's something. And in this case, the field not being very big kind of works in our advantage, so I can hopefully get this plowed and planted before the clock rolls midnight. Talked about it before. I'll just, remind again for any of you who may be joining us here and haven't seen previous episodes. We have horses and we have chickens, so I'm going to split this field up and plant some oats. That's going to be beneficial for the horses. We can feed them oats and we will be able to bale the straw for their bedding, and then we're going to plant just a little bit of, wheat or barley. So we have chicken feed. This will help us in a way that we don't have to keep buying straw bales, hay bales, and chicken feed. We'll be a little bit more self-sustaining here on our tiny little homestead. We're not going to be tiny for long. I've got high hopes for this little homestead. Like, we just bought our first field here. Hope to buy another neighboring field eventually. And that tomato greenhouse that I got here on this farm is a monster. Honestly, if I stay on top of it, I keep, the water and manure in there and sell tomatoes as soon as they're ready and the production area is full. I could probably get 2 full rounds out of that greenhouse every day. It spawns 5 pallets of tomatoes in the production area. And when you're full, you're full. It won't make any more, so you got to get the tomatoes out of there as soon as you're full if you want it to continuously be producing. And I did that these last couple days off camera here, just trying to really grind and get the account up so that we have a field to plow and plant here. I stayed right on top of it, and I think I was able to take 2 truck and trailers full to the garden center today to get them sold. So that greenhouse, that Global Company's tomato greenhouse, produces like the dickens. And hey, while we're just sitting here doing some field work, give that thumbs up button a click if you think we're going to be done by midnight. And go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you want to be notified when all new videos release. Click that notification bell as well. If you do subscribe, go ahead and leave a comment as well, just letting me know you're subscribed. I want to personally thank and reply to all comments for everybody who subscribes and leaves that little comment down in the comments bar. All right, we got the plowing done, but there's a problem. Friendly reminder, a seeder doesn't do you any good without seeds. So when I look at the bank account, we've got $561. It's going to cost $400 and some to lease the seeder. I have to have money for seeds. And I don't know, honestly, how many seeds we're going to be able to buy here. But I scrounged up as many tomatoes as I could. I want to run them to the sell point real quick, see what we can get for them. And we are going to buy single bags of seed and fill up that seeder with as much as we can. We might not have a full field planted before the planting season ends here, but we'll get something in the ground. Stick around, let's see how much we get. All right, single bags of seed, all we could afford, but we got the planter filled up. So I'm gonna get to it now and see. Now I'm way less worried about time and way more concerned about whether or not we'll have enough seed. Let's see if we can get this field planted before the day's up. I'm going to split it into 2 separate crops, and the horses estimated annual feed is like 26,000 and the chickens estimated annual feed is like 13,000, so the chickens take about half what the cows take. So I'm going to put probably 2/3 of the field oats for the horses and maybe leave 1/3 to be wheat for the chickens. So right about here looks right in terms of where we'll split the crops. And I don't know whether this field, like in its entirety, is going to yield enough to produce all we need for a full year's worth of feed for the animals. But if it doesn't, at least we'll have our proportions relatively correct by splitting it up here. So let me check my seed. I've got it on wheat, so I'm good. Let's get it lowered and go. All right, y'all, we're gonna get it done with seed and time to spare. So to add to the drama, we're completely on empty with our little tractor here. I'm not used to using such a small tractor, and it just snuck up on me that I'm almost out of fuel, which makes sense. Such a small tractor, small fuel tank. As long as we don't stall out right now, we're good. We have planted our field. So we've got wheat over here. I left a bit of a gap with our oats on this side, and we're ready to go. So between now and harvest this fall, let's look at the calendar here. So last day of the planting season, got it done just on time. Probably won't be able to harvest this in the summer, seeing as how we got it planted so late. So we're looking for a fall harvest, and between now and then, we'll just be keeping things running on the homestead, continuing to try to build up the continuing to try to build up the bank account. We are now negative. That should fix itself overnight when we get the money for the horses. And you know, between the tomato sales, the fruit sales, and the horses, be saving up money, get the bank account built, hopefully in anticipation for a fall harvest, so we can lease our harvester and our header and buy some trailers to store our grain in. So that's going to do it for this episode. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Farmer Z out.